When he saw that there was a fivefold call on my life, he did not feel threatened. He knew his place. And there was never any competition. He never felt like it accelerated him to push someone else down. He was so secure in what he was born for. And so he wanted to help accelerate others. And you'd see that that's why God called him to start, or told him to start, a ministerial association, because he was not threatened by their ministers.
Wow.
If someone is threatened by that, they won't be able to be the help to other ministers God would like them to be. But he was able, because he wasn't threatened by others. He knew what he was called to. And so he did not feel like he had to push someone down or hold someone back,
Right.
so that his could get furthered. And so in the marriage, he demonstrated that. In the ministry together, he never felt like, I'm going to put a lid on her.
I love it.
But there again, I wasn't trying to
Right.
usurp and put myself out in front, because I knew he was my Bible school. I knew he had a voice to say things I did not have the voice to say. And even as the fivefold office, I stepped more into that, and the gift developed within me. I still recognized his seniority in the Spirit,
Yes.
his seniority in ministry. I recognize that, and I did not try to equal him. I never, you never, when you're called, you never have to prove it. You just obey it. And the call itself will open doors. If you try to open doors, you'll hinder those doors.
Oh, wow.
And I never felt like I had to get my ministry out there. I only wanted to assist him. And God told me early on, he said, if you will see to it that you do everything you can to help him fulfill what he's called to, he said, I'll see to it that you fulfill what you're called to. So the word tells us, be faithful with what belongs to another man. Even if you're called to something, you still take every bit of your interest and be interested that the man God puts you with, the spiritual father, so to speak, God puts you with, you do everything you can to see to it that you're helping them fulfill your call, because it will boomerang back into your own life. And God will see to it that you fulfill your own. So I was not out trying to get my ministry promoted. I didn't want to.
Right.
If it helped him, I would do it. We would have our conversations, because he would say, I want you to preach tonight. And I'd say, you do know the people are coming to hear you. I don't want you to feel like you turn over a service to me just because I'm with you on this trip. I would try not to get him to step back.
Yes.
Because sometimes I recognize he would step back to, and I said, I don't mind you stepping back if you're tired, and you want me to take the service for you. I don't mind that, but I don't want you to step back to create a place that you need to be occupying. I don't want to do that. And so we would have our conversations,
Yes.
about that, because I was mindful of him, that he was a senior voice over you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I recognize that. And to his dying day, till the day he left, his voice was senior. And I know this because he had a larger voice. If he would minister some things, it would bless the people more, rather than if I would minister it under a lesser, I was in a lower rank, so to speak.
Yes, ma'am.
And that didn't threaten me. It's a process for everyone. You don't come up higher by diminishing someone's voice that's greater. That's not how God promotes you. You get promoted by your own obedience. So I recognize his voice was a senior voice over mine. It was a weightier voice. Just simply because he had been walking with the Lord longer. He had been in the ministry longer. So there was no competition on that. And it was a safety to me to stay under that, if I could say this, the umbrella of his seniority.
Yes.
Because he so recognized his role, he wanted to do everything he could to help nurture mine, but I wanted to do everything I could to enhance his.
Yeah.
So just know this: if you will see to it that those God has put in your life, if you'll see to it that they flourish, that will boomerang back into your life. You know really what this is, Tony? It's walking in love.